Today, I have a couple of issues I want to throw out there as topics and maybe take a moment to celebrate with Kansans. I want to start that today the announcement was made by the Department of Energy that they are not going to do the 5 mile wide power transmission line across the state of Kansas. So we have successfully stopped that. And I'm proud to have been at the point of the spear of that for since day one fighting it. And really, we'll talk about the 4-year genesis of this particular power line. But they have stopped it. They said they're not going to do it. I've never seen such an emotional issue as I have over this one from the people involved. That what the Department of Energy wanted to do was take a 5 mile swath of land and then use it for a future power transmission line, getting electricity from out of the Dodge City area, we'll say, to take it across the state of Kansas, then on to Chicago into St. Louis. And the local owners just said no. We heard that loud and clear. And I think because of that loud voice that Kansans have, we've been able to stop this. When this issue started up, the people of Larned, Kansas asked us to come and have a listening session with them. Over 500 people showed up for that. Now, I delivered most every baby in Pawnee County for 20 years, and I knew those people really well. To get 500 people to go away from their job or away from a basketball game that night, whatever it was quite a showing. A week later, the people of Barton County, the same thing, and had some 400 people show up for a town hall. Then we did a listening session. We went to all 14 counties involved. We sat down, tried to really focus the county commissioners because that's a lot of the times where the questions were coming from, and just to understand where they were on this as well. And really the concern goes back to about 2 years ago. The IRA legislation, the so-called Inflation Reduction Act, had an amendment in it that allowed the federal government to trump what local states wanted to do. Let me say that again. There was a portion of the IRA legislation allowed the federal government to use eminent domain to literally trump what the states wanted to do. I fought it then because I could see what they were going to try to do. They were going to do something like this in the future with this power corridor. Now, that's one of many reasons I voted against that IRA bill, but was one of the most egregious federal government outreach I've ever seen in my lifetime. So sort of we've been fighting this one way or another for several years. And really, you think back even before that, I was on the Energy Committee battling with FERC, the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, about assigning the cost of transmission. So FERC was assigning Kansans 80% of the transmission costs for all these new lines they were building, even though Kansans were only using 20% of the electricity. Very glad that this spring they reversed that decision as well. So we've been battling with this issue with FERC and different power lines now for at least 4 years up here. So grateful to the thousands of Kansans who sent an email to FERC saying, don't do this. So Kansans have spoken and will proudly plant that flag, that a big victory for Kansans.